that glass of juice. I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and I saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something. I went to pour him some juice.
How did you not see the knife and blood and the mess on the floor?
When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
Am I gonna have to go back to, but the guitar case was closed? Oh, God.
So you poured the glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial.
Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
I'm helping you. Get it right.
Haha.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Also, that was not intentional.
Okay, my God. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right?
I mean, of course not.
Then, who did you pour it for?
Mr. Wright.
Oh, thank you.
There is a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen to my brainwaves that I am sending your way telling you how to arrest her. Precisely, I couldn't have said it better myself, in my diary. I keep thinking that's a Joker card she's got.
It's got that seashell on it. So it was a mess. Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Kurita?
I don't know like that. I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness?
Slumped over?
Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping.
Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? I assume I'm gonna have to present the photograph.
Yep.
Then what did cross your mind?
I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix.
Okay, at least that's fair enough.
And then he felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap on the chair and not the 2 beds. Anyways, that's what I thought. I see, so you didn't think he was dead at all. Bullshit.
You thought he fainted?
I thought he was asleep at first. But then the room he was in was such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone else.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm just switching between random voices because I felt like it. She was the judge, Edgeworth, and who else? Quiz. Who was the 4th character she was?
A lot of heart?
Nope.
Pearl?
Nope.
Gumshoe?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was at the very end.
If you said no to that one, I would have said old bag.
Nah. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice. Yes, he always had a hard time waking up. When he was dead. So one always has a glass of tomato juice to drink. It looks like blood. I see. And after that, what happened next?
And how did you come to realize that he was in fact dead?
I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse through his penis. I was shocked. It was so tiny and staggered backward. It was tiny, and that knocked the flower vase over. So what happened? So that's what happened. Yes.
This is what it all comes down to, huh? This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews You tell us the truth this time?
Murder the prosecution's case, Phoenix. We'll probably
Alright.
have to present on that one that he was like, that sounded off.
Are you sure?
What?
Because which one was that? Because that was...
I think that was one where,
This one?
she saw him slumped over. Yeah, there you go.
Here, I'll retry them.
Wait, in the corner? He wasn't in the corner.
Yeah, he was.
No, he was on the side of the room.
This
See,
is
that's
the
not a corner.
This is close enough. It's a big hotel room. This is what she meant. Based on the size, this is considered a corner.
Fine. Still, blood.
Okay, it was that one then.
I mean, we're pretty sure, damn sure we present the picture, right?
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know, it just makes it, like, aside from him saying it's on, I would have no reason to present it there. It seems more like I would put it here, because the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. He had a knife in him.
Well, before it actually describes how he looked. This is just, I didn't think about it.
I'll try this one first. No.
Wait, which one did you try?
The one I'm currently on. There we go. That was the right one. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him?
No. Not at all.
Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body?
Unless you then stabbed him. Oh. Sorry, that was a lot of flashing. What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There was a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Kurita's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man.
That's, well, you see...
I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink.
Your point is...
Ms. Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer.
So cold. No! No freak-out emotes? Come on now. Looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. Oh. The defendant, Mr. Matt Ungard, is not guilty after all. There we go. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Oh, Yash, I wonder if maybe this is a one-day trial, but they have us also try a second trial during this case.
Oh, God.
Miss Andrews, try and have some composure. Murdering bitch. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan.
But you were the one who refused to testify, and your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Then go to jail and die. There is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Ungard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ungard. I think let him do this part. But what the... Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
I thought you were helping us!
What? I seek I seek the truth, Phoenix. The reason is quite simple. Oh, Phoenix. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. She's still hiding shit. The absolute real truth? What are you... Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through silence, Matt Ungard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. But that's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told, if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared.
It's Franziska von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another, because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then, right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Ms. Von Karma. She was also tossed a lightsaber, and it was really fucking awesome.
It was pink.
Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Ungard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging on to them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That is my only priority.
It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help, please. Someone, help me. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right? I suggest you think about this very carefully. Think about what this witness did, and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime.
Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there, right?
It was Old Bag!
I wish.
Come now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Phoenix Wright? Edgeworth seeks the truth. He doesn't seek to help you. You know what you have to do, Yash.
Call on help from the press conference ticket.
Number 16, what do you say? I'm actually the number 91. Oh my god.
I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that.
Oh.
Ms. Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. Ungard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end?
Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me. That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong. Oh, right. Such a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop. Mr. Edgeworth. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness.
That's a lot of istises.
What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop. Please stop.
Is he basically blackmailing her? I can't tell.
No, he's saying she didn't do it herself, so he has to explain why she won't do anything.
Ah,
No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. Ah, that's
the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
The secret of her codependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world.
Please, please stop. I beg you. If people find out... I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me.
Edgeworth? How could you be so cold?
Because she needs to grow a fucking backbone. However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your breathing lips, no matter what I have to do. I am Edgeworth Truth Seeker motherfucking Miles. Reverse those two. Damn it. So will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. I'll talk, but please, help me. Nothing matters anymore.
My crime.
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. Stab the body with a knife? But why would you do that? Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. What do you mean by all of this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but... this is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
Last time?
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida, in the chest, with a knife.
In the ballroom, with Colonel Mustard.
Indeed. I believe Queen Ketchup was there too. However, she didn't do it with the murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt Ungard for the murder. And this is her crime.
What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
What is there to cross-examine? Because honestly, I think this is the truth.
Oh yeah, it's probably definitely the truth, but we could probably pull a little more out of that.
Like, this all adds up. I didn't see a contradiction, and a lot of it went along with the theories we came up with.
Then press everything.
But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead?
He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf is a part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up, and went to pour the juice. Huh.
What is this plan you had?
I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because, one, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. We do need to know what her inconvenience was at the end of this.
That was so you could get the knife, correct? The inconvenience was old bag.
The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes toward him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime.
How did you take it without leaving her fingerprints?
And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button.
That was already read.
Sorry.
Can you answer my question, though? Do you have any idea for how that worked?
Put it in her book.
So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife?
It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Wait, does that mean someone bonded with her and was like, you should frame Matt?
No, I'm pretty sure that... Yeah.
Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and plant them in Mr. Eggard's pants. Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they?
An inconvenience.
There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway.
I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lana. Okay, so it was Lana, not Old Bag, but either way.
There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth.
So it was both of them.
Told you they were there at the same time.
That's Miss Oldbag for... No, you asked how did they not notice each other. And I was
okay.
like, I probably did try to say they weren't, actually, but never mind.
I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go out there looking like myself and get caught again.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes. I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's biggest secret there. And what is the secret? That, I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we've heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. Eggard's room and planted the button in his pants. To Matt's Hakama, yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. And then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it. My word. What does all this mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Eggard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk.
Francisca, huh?
She said that I should under no circumstances confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words. What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense still...
Right? It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. Cross-examination of this witness is over. So is today's trial. Couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. Prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That's all. Court is adjourned for today. Fuck. That's what the chair looks like.
Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Edgeworth?
What is it? Before you leave the court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly isn't? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now I found this in the room that day.
The room?
Room. Oh, sorry. That day. Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. He was lying there, right next to him.
You found that card next to the victim's body?
I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card is any relevance to Juan's murder, right?
Yeah, I guess not. It's still a strange card, if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why.
Witness, that card. Give it to me, hurry.
Edgeworth?
Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This. I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to.
What is this all about? I've never seen such an emotional Edgeworth in my entire life. That card, what in the world is it? And what does it mean? One day, huh?
Look! We spent almost 6 hours and the day still isn't over.
Whoosh! Boom, boom.